Hi, this is Kathy Kruger.
And this is Jonah Treebwasser.
Welcome to another edition of Radio Rotary, sponsored by local Rotarians, your friends dedicated to service.
Each week we chat with your neighbors about great things happening in your community and around the world. People sharing ways to improve your life.
And today we'll be talking with Linwood Burke and Lashivia Sticker about the great work of Mental Health America of Dutchess County in forging a partnership between the police officers and mental health specialists.
Well, good morning, Linwood Burke. Welcome to Radio Rotary.
Good morning. Thank you for having us.
It's our pleasure. And Lashivia Sticker, welcome to our show. We're delighted to have you with us.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Good. Good morning. So here's the deal. Before we talk about the partnership between Mental Health America and local police departments, tell us what first is Mental Health America of Dutchess County. What is it you do? What's it all about?
MHA stands for Mental Health America of Dutchess County. We support individuals in the community with individual support. We provide mental health, not so much mental health services, but connection to mental health services, connection to benefits, connection to job, education, families, parenting classes, support groups for individuals who suffer from different mental health diagnoses, veteran services. We have a very, very big veteran service that's here in Dutchess County.
You call it Vet to Vet. Tell us about that.
Yeah.
Vet to Vet program.
Yeah, what's that all about?
The Vet to Vet program consists of all veterans. They do case management services, like provide, transportation to the vets, help them get their benefits, link them to doctors, as well as to counseling, and if they need any type of mental health treatment or substance abuse for anybody that is a former vet.
And support. To support their veterans. So,
Linwood, I was wondering, how did this program with the police officers get started? It was about a year ago, I believe.
Yes, our COO, Lisa Conley, told me that she was getting a project with the City of Poughkeepsie Police and wanted to discuss it. The City of Poughkeepsie Police had contacted us and wanted a mental health worker on board. It wanted someone to be at the station, able to respond to calls that were coming in, and to be there to support people in the community and take some of that off of the officers who obviously would be dealing with other things. I enjoy doing it. We hope that this expands to every police station.
Lashavius, you ride with the police officers, and I want to just repeat something that Linwood said, that the police department reached out to you folks to have mental health professionals with you. What is an average patrol like for you?
Well, an average patrol could be where we're dealing with a mental health crisis, or it could be dealing with an accident, it could be dealing with some family issues, or even a disturbance. But sometimes the calls may not come across as a mental health call, but once you go there and you start talking to the parties and you realize that one of them have a mental health issue. And a lot of times they rather talk to me instead of the police.
Now, is this an outgrowth of certain community police relationship problems that we've heard about across the country, especially involving, mental health people who are in stress? Is that what we're trying to be proactive here?
That's correct.
Yeah, I believe so. I believe that, we're not blind to it. We see what's out there. We hear it on the news and the different things that go on. And this is something, I think we all can agree. This is
it's much needed in the community.
Yeah, we're kind of behind the 8 ball per se when it comes to that. So we're trying to catch up, but I think this is a positive step. And I hope other people, like I said, I hope other stations grasp onto it.
Right.
Now, when you mentioned, Lashavius, that people might want to talk to you rather than a police officer. Are you just in plain civilian clothes and you're not in any kind of uniform?
I'm in plain clothes. I do have a vest on that identify myself that is different color from the police officers, and letting them know that, I'm a mental health worker instead of a police officer.
Do you find that the people that you're dealing with are more open and receptive to talking to you rather than a police officer at first or during your encounter?
It's been different situations where they are, want to rather speak to me than a police officer, but there's times where they don't even want to speak to me either.
No. Yeah.
So you get it both ways,
But these are people who want to be heard one way or the other. They do want someone to listen to them, correct?
Right, absolutely. Yeah. And that's the most important part. It's just listening to them and let them go ahead on and tell you what's the issue, and you trying to help them and give them solutions. And a lot of times they feel like everybody's against them and nobody can help them. So
how successful has the program been? I mean, have you been able to help people out, or is it sometimes just they just don't want to be helped, or they're just too far gone into their illness to be helped?
Well, at times, yes, there has been times where we're able to link them to services, and it's been very successful. But we do get issues or times where they decline and they're not ready for the service. But that doesn't mean we stop there. We continue if we see them again, or we make follow phone calls, but we don't harass them.
Yeah,
we just continue whenever we see them.
And we're let them know you're there for them.
Right. And we're going to find out more about this great program from our two terrific guests, Linwood Burke and LaShavia Sticker of Mental Health America of Dutchess County, right after Kathy Gruger tells us who's there for Radio Rotary by being our sponsors this week.
Our sponsors this week are Salisbury Bank and Riverside Bank, Absolute Auction and Realty, Third Eye Associates, Leo Katie's Ford, and by the Rotary Clubs of Brewster, Carmel, Clarkstown, Goshen, Highland, Hyde Park, Kingston, Liberty, Millbrook, Nanuet, Greater Newburgh, and New City, New York.
And we'll be back with more of Radio Rotary right after these important messages, so stay tuned.
Hi, this is Sue Doyle of Absolute Auction and Realty. Back in 1946, we began serving the auction and appraisal needs of the Hudson Valley. Today, our clientele spans the globe, but we still consider each person we meet to be an important member of our AAR family. From specialty collections to real estate, antique and estate, to vehicles, we auction it all for people just like you. Whether you're a seasoned auction enthusiast or a novice, our website, AARauctions.com, is packed with tips and examples designed to make your buying and selling experiences the best they can be. So enjoy your visit to AARauctions.com, tell your friends about us, and please come back often. That's AARauctions.com.
Hi, this is Tony Marmo from Norman Staffing, and we've been bringing together employers and job seekers since 1980. If you're an employer and have job vacancies, let Norman Staffing help fill them with permanent or temporary workers. We screen, interview, and recommend the best candidates for your company. We make the employment process easier and faster for you. Please call Norman Staffing for your employment needs at 338-9111, 338-9111, or normanstaffing.com.
You're listening to 92.9 and 96.5 WBPM. And there's more of this week's Radio Rotary Show coming up.
Hi, I'm Krista Hines, Executive Director of Hudson River Housing, a local nonprofit dedicated to helping communities in the Mid-Hudson Valley thrive. We believe that everyone deserves the opportunity to live in safe and affordable housing. No matter what your housing concern may be, you can count on us for assistance. Maybe you're looking to buy your first home and don't know where to start, or possibly seeking an affordable apartment to rent for you and your family. Or perhaps you found yourself in need of safe and supportive shelter with a compassionate team committed to helping you overcome the challenges of homelessness. We're here to help every step of the way. Please visit us online at hudsonriverhousing.org or call us today at 845-454-5176. Again, that number, 845-454-5176.
We all move on a mental wellness scale. We can become depressed or anxious, or we can overuse drugs and alcohol when we're in a stressful situation. Stress will move us on the scale of mental wellness in a negative way. These times we are living in can certainly cause us all stress. This is Andrew O'Grady, CEO at Mental Health America of Dutchess County. We here at MHA want everyone to know that if you find yourself struggling lately with your mental wellness, MHA has a wide array of support, treatment, and referral services. Our services are of no cost to you, and we are always happy to help in any way we can. A few thoughts to live by. Be kind to one another and check in on your friends, families, and neighbors. While you are checking in on others, please know that if you need guidance or professional help, MHA of Dutchess County is always here for you. We can be reached at 473-2500 or visit us on their web at mhaduchess.org. That's mhaduchess.org.
Hi, this is Kathy Kruger, producer of Radio Rotary. If you are listening now, so are your customers. You can advertise on Radio Rotary for as little as $25 per week. Call me, Kathy Kruger, at 845-702-4410 for full details, or email me at info@radiorotary.org. That's info@radiorotary.org.
I wonder who that is, honey.
Hugs with family.
Grandma and Grandpa's here!
Get over here.
Getting back to the moments we miss starts with getting informed.
I miss you so much, Grandpa.
Get the latest info about COVID-19 vaccines at getvaccineanswers.org. It's up to you. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
Welcome back to Radio Rotary. This is Jonah Tree-Boss, and my usual co-host, Sarah O'Connell Plater, is away. But we have the producer, Ms. Kathy Kruger, on the mic. Hi, Kathy.
Hi, Jonah. Thanks for having me. I'm excited about this interview. Yeah.
After all, you are the producer, which makes you the boss. I wouldn't say no to the boss. But we have two terrific guests that Kathy has lined up for us, Linwood Burke and LaShavia Sticker of the Mental Health America of Dutchess County. And we're talking about the new partnership between MHA and the Poughkeepsie City Police Department. So, gentlemen, welcome back. Linwood, good to see you again.
Thank you. Good to see you.
And LaShavius, nice to have you back with us.
Thank you. I'm glad to be back. But I just want to mention one thing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Not the Poughkeepsie Police, but the Beacon Police Department as well.
Oh, that's great.
Okay, both.
Terrific.
That's wonderful. Double.
Well,
Double good stuff.
Perhaps you'll be able to expand us to the other police departments around the county, right?
Hopefully.
That'd be great. All right,
Yeah.
so I'm glad you mentioned that. Obviously, the program's successful if you now have two police departments picking it up.
Yeah.
So for those who may have tuned in late, first of all, tell us, what is MHA, Mental Health America of Dutchess County, and what is the partnership that you forged with these two police departments?
Okay, MHA stands for Mental Health America of Dutchess County, and what it is the police department had contacted MHA because they would like to have a mental health worker at the police station. They contacted the COO, which is Lisa Conley, and the program started out in Poughkeepsie first back in August of 2020 with Linwood Burke. He goes out on calls, mental health calls, and out into the community, doing community outreach, linking services to people that are in need and want the help.
So, Linwood, let me ask you a question. You're out there in the field, but you are not a police officer, correct?
No, I am not a police officer.
All right. So, you may come upon a disturbed person who has a knife or a gun,
Right.
whether he's threatening himself, threatening others, or threatening you. How do you cope with that?
Well, first, you have to go in with a cool, calm head, right? Need to understand that the people that we're coming across and that are in these situations, it's probably one of the worst times, right?
Yeah.
It's something that's going on. So the last thing that we want to do is go in and dismiss what they're going through. So we go in, myself, officers, of course, the officers make sure that it's safe enough for me to be able to have this conversation with this individual.
All right. So you're with the police officers. I want to stress that, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
With the
It's a
police
team.
officers.
It's a team. Right.
Okay.
Yes, the team. Anytime that there's, especially in a situation where the individual could be violent, could be looking to harm himself or somebody else, I would never go alone. It's
Right.
done with officers. They make sure it's safe. We go in and we did de-escalate the situation. That's what it goes down to. Speaking to the person, finding out what we can do to help them. And a lot of times people just want to be heard. They want somebody to understand that they're going through things. They want to know, what can you possibly do to help me? I hear that a lot. What can you do to help me, Linwood? What can MHA do? We have a slew of resources, and not just MHA, but in the county. And just like LaShavius does in Beacon, I do in Poughkeepsie, we link these people to these services. If it's a gentleman, female, whoever, and, like you said before, has a weapon or something like that, the officers would make sure that we were safe. There's been situations where we had to speak to a gentleman and de-escalate the situation. The gentleman had knives. It was a hectic time, but this guy was at a point where he was just ready to give up. Myself, the officers, we were able to have a conversation. We were able to find out what he was looking for, exactly what was the reason that this was happening at that time. At the end, the gentleman threw the knives down. He sat, he spoke. We were able to get him up to the hospital to get some help.
That's a terrific success story.
Yeah.
Longtime listeners know that I got my start in law enforcement and the criminal justice system about 50 years ago as a police officer before I became a prosecutor. And we were taught in the police academy. We had these little mock chats with somebody who was going to sort himself off a bridge or was, threatening a small child. It was all play acting, but they stressed with us even back then, even 50 years ago in the police academy, talking and listening were the first two things you had to do, right? To keep the situation calm. So we heard from Linwood about one of his successes. Lascivious, do you also go in the field and do things like that?
Yes, I'm in the field. I ride with an officer every day, whether it's I go with them on all calls, whether it's a mental health call or not. I'm there. And some call might not come across as a mental health call, but when you get there, it will develop into a probably mental health issue. And
so you're getting every day on the job training is what you're getting. Yeah.
Yes. Every day is a different day. You know what I mean? There's been one situation. We got a call of a young female. She was having a mental emotional breakdown. I'm there along with several officers. We went in there, we found her, she was on the floor crying. She didn't want to talk to anyone, saying everybody against her and nobody could help her and why her. So between me, myself, and the other officers, we was able to get her to talk to us. She didn't even want to lift her head up, didn't want to show her face in the beginning, and I got down there at her level and let her know that we're here to help. As well as me, I'm not an officer, but I'm here as a mental health worker, and I can help her get the services that she needs. And we were able to get her to get up, talk to us, got her some water, and she was able to go to the hospital on her own without even getting to where the police have to use any type of force or have force to go to the hospital.
That's the way it should be.
That's definitely a win. Now, has the pressure of COVID, the isolation of COVID, has that increased the call on your services? That put a lot more people over the edge?
Well, yes, it has. And then, there's some that, of course, they don't think about COVID, think it's not there. They don't care about it. But, you do have there were a lot more calls in the beginning of, because isolation, people just want to get out. And what about,
and what about drug abuse? Do you ever come across somebody who's so strung out that you just can't talk to them or you can't talk them down? Does that happen, Linwood?
Yeah, absolutely. I would say I come across that often.
Oh, you do? Yeah.
It's unfortunate, and like Lascivious was saying, with the whole COVID, that just we have individuals that were engaged in treatment. You were seeing someone on a regular basis. You were talking to someone. COVID came, places shut down. Now you have people trying to do this via phone, via Zoom, via whatever.
Yeah,
it's not the same. No.
Yes, that doesn't work at all. So but we're trying to do what we can do.
Right.
And we're going to find out more about the great work of Linwood Burke and Lascivious Dicker through Mental Health America of Dutchess County and the local police departments right after these messages, so stay tuned.
Salisbury Bank and Trust Company offers personal and business banking, residential mortgages, commercial lending, and trust and wealth management services.
With 14 locations throughout the tri-state region, in Dutchess, Orange, and Ulster counties, the northwest corner of Connecticut, and southern Berkshire County, Massachusetts, which includes our Riverside Division offices in Poughkeepsie, Red Oaks Mill, Fishkill, New Paltz, and Newburgh.
Salisbury Bank is your local bank in your community, making local decisions and delivering the highest quality of customer service.
Salisbury Bank is your local bank for all of your personal, business, and wealth management needs. Visit them at salisburybank.com. That's salisburybank.com.
Salisbury Bank and Trust, member FDIC, an equal housing lender. Salisbury Bank, enriching.
Hi, I'm Rotarian Susan Simon of Third Eye Associates. Rotarians devote themselves to caring for others. Sometimes we forget to care for ourselves, especially when it comes to planning for our future. At Third Eye Associates, we provide fee-only financial life planning, financial transition planning, and wealth management strategies to help you integrate your life and your money. ThirdEyeAssociates.com for more information, or call us at 845-752-2216. That's 845-752-2216.
You're listening to 92.9 and 96.5 WBPM. And there's more of this week's Radio Rotary show coming up. Leo Katie's Ford is the home of great car deals for you.
Whether it's the workhorse F-150 pickup, the exciting new all-electric Mustang Mach-E, or the family-friendly Fusion, Leo Katie's Ford has the car for you.
Leo Katie's Ford is conveniently located on Route 94 in Warwick.
Your next car is just a call away at Leo Katie's Ford, 888-474-2906. That's 888-474-2906.
Remember, cars cost less at Katie's.
Subscribe to the Radio Rotary podcast and never miss an episode. We are on every popular podcast platform, including iTunes, Spotify, and Google Podcasts. Subscribe to the Radio Rotary podcast today.
The 1,200,000 women and men of Rotary have accomplished extraordinary things. They've taught millions of people to read, worked toward world peace, and have nearly eradicated a crippling childhood disease from the face of the planet. Find out what an impact one person can make. Learn about Rotary at Rotary.org.
Welcome back to the third part of Radio Rotary. This is Jonah Treeboss. With me is my co-host, Kathy Kruger. Hi, Kathy.
Hi there, Jonah.
And we have two excellent guests, Linwood Burke and Lashavia Sticker of Mental Health America of Dutchess County. And they're talking about the partnership they have forged with two police departments. And Lashavius, one is the city of Poughkeepsie Police, correct?
Yes, that's correct.
And the other is the city of Beacon Police, right?
That is correct, yes.
Okay, so who came first, Poughkeepsie or Beacon? Who do we give credit to?
Poughkeepsie came first.
Okay.
Well, I think Lisa deserves a lot of credit because she's the one that thought this whole program up, right?
Oh, yeah.
She's the one that runs this, and she's great. She looks out for us, and
support is there.
Yeah, the support is through the roof.
So just for those may have tuned in late, Linwood, tell us again what it is that you do with the police officers on a day-to-day basis.
Well, I work, I am an MHA employee, but I work out of the City of Poughkeepsie Police Station. I go out on mental health calls that come through the station. I community outreach. There's days I'll go out and just speak to people that I know that are out there to try to connect them to services locally or anywhere in the county, because MHA covers Dutchess County.
And Lasavius, you ride all the time, whether you get called out or not, right? Because there's always a possibility that when they get there, they find a mental health issue, right?
Yes, that's correct.
Now,
I ride every day with an officer every day, and I'm with them on all calls. If it's a mental health call, then of course they make sure that everything is safe before I go in. But if it's not a mental health call, I'm just there. I could be there for someone, a car accident, who might need some support.
Right.
There you go. Yeah.
So I can provide that as well.
How do they determine what a mental health call is?
Well, a call might come across as a disturbance call.
Okay.
It could be two neighbors arguing, or it could be a family arguing. Let me give you one example. Whereas a call came across, there was a dispute between two family members. Okay, we responded to the call, me and a couple of officers, and it was a mother-daughter dispute. The mother had taken the daughter keys from her. She was 18 years old. It was her car, and she didn't want her to go anywhere. So we find out that the mother has a mental illness.
Oh, okay.
So the mother didn't want to talk to the officers. She talked to me. I was able to give the keys to the daughter without any incident.
Lasavius, when you go out, do you have a special uniform, a special jacket or something? Or are you in civilian clothes?
I'm in civilian clothes, but I do have a vest. My vest,
yes.
It's totally different color from theirs. It's gray and it says MHA and Behavioral Health Specialist on it. So they immediately recognize that, okay, I'm not a police officer, okay, because it's all across my chest of who I am, as well as face masks as well. My face mask says it as well, MHA on my face mask. So there's been times where people just recognize it. Oh, you're the mental health worker. Yes, I am.
Okay.
It takes a special kind of person to do what you two gentlemen are doing. What got you interested in this kind of work, Linwood?
To be honest, I don't. There was nothing specific. I started in the mental health field back in the 90s. Actually, Anderson School.
Oh,
sure, yeah.
We love the Anderson School. Yes.
That's where it all started for me. And I don't know. It's just what I think, like you said, it's not for everybody. You kind of find your way. And I always tell people, you get into this field, you'll know if it's for you within the first probably 2 to 3 weeks. Yeah. And really depending on where you're at in the field. So that was my start, and it just continued. And to end up here, I never thought it would happen like this, but this is great. And Lashavis is actually the one that got me over to MHA.
Let's find out what got Lashavis in.
What got you interested in it?
What got you interested in Lashavis?
Well, same here. I had started out way back in the 90s, and I actually had started out at Greystone.
Okay.
And I went, Greystone, of course, through my career. I worked at IBM and other businesses, and end up, coming right back to where I started in this field here. So that's what 20 plus years later, I end up coming back into this field. So,
if folks at home want more information about this terrific program between Mental Health America of Dutchess County and the Beacon and Poughkeepsie Police Departments, is there any information on the Mental Health America website for that?
I believe they go to the MHA, Dutchess.org.
Yeah.
Right.
And there's a website, there's a Facebook page, and I believe both police stations. If you go to their social media platform, they have the information up there as well.
Right.
So, folks at home, get a pencil and paper. I'll have our two terrific guests, Linwood Burke and Lashavis Dicker, repeat that website before the close of the show. Kathy.
Okay.
Yes, I think. Just talking to you, one of the most important qualifications it seems like to have your job is to be patient and have the ability to listen and just be calming to these people who need to just tell you, this is what I'm going through right now. I need somebody else to listen to what my problem is and what my needs might be at this point in time. And it sounds like.
And if you think about it, isn't that all of us, right?
Yes, right. You're very right. Yes.
We just need somebody to listen to what we need to say. And then you throw mental health on top of that. You throw addiction on top of that. Homelessness on top of that.
Right. Oh, homelessness. Right. Isolation.
Yeah. Now, when you work closely with somebody on a day-to-day basis or who are in two different professions, everyone's eyes are opened up to what's happening on the other side of the fence. Have you found that out with the police department? Has the police department have a better respect for what you guys do and you have a better respect for what they do?
Yes, I have definitely found that out. Working with the police department, now I see how they go through and how they feel. A lot of people immediately want to blame the police for something, and I see exactly what they're talking about. For example, if someone's walking down the street, right, and a police officers go over and start talking to this guy, someone might come out, they only know that part. They don't know that person maybe committed a crime, and that, the police found him, and now they question him. They just get the last part. They don't even know that maybe he's a rapist of some sort, but they want to accuse the police of harassing another person or something like that, but they don't know the background, the history of what led to that. So they take a lot of bad rep sometimes, and I see that, and as a civilian on the other side, and I see where they come from as well. So with us working there, the police department, it's giving them a better understanding of, the outside where civilians come, and it's giving us a better understanding where they're coming from. And the partnership has been wonderful.
Yeah.
Well, I want to thank both of you for the partnership you've developed between mental health professionals and the police, and for joining us today on Radio Rotary. Linwood Burke and Lashavis Dicker of Mental Health America of Dutchess County. Give us the website one more time.
MHA Dutchess.org. And they also have a Facebook page, as well as the Beacon Police and the City of Poughkeepsie Police.
Thank you for everything, gentlemen, you do to make Dutchess County a better place to live. And Kathy, who do we have to thank for bringing us Radio Rotary this week?
Well, guess who sponsors us this week?
I don't know.
Mental Health America of Dutchess County, the Mark Foundation, Norman Staffing, Hudson River Housing, and the Rotary Clubs of New Paltz, Patterson, Pearl River, Philmont, Pleasant Valley, Poughkeepsie, Arlington, Ramapo Valley, Red Hook, Rhinebeck, Southern Ulster, Suffern, Wallkill East, Wappinger Falls, and Warwick Valley, New York.
For the entire Radio Rotary team, my co-host Sarah O'Connell-Plato will be back with us soon, our producer Kathy Kruger, and our production director Randy Turner. This is Jonah Treebossa thanking you for tuning in and inviting you to join us again next week at this very same time for another edition of Radio Rotary. And don't forget our